continuation of our first day tour in Belfast.
Gates that take you into the very beautiful Botanical Gardens. Nice day like this, you can spend a couple of hours walking around the gardens, and then there you'll also find the Ulster Museum, steeped in history, First World War, Second World War, and of course the recent troubles here in Northern Ireland. I now want you to look out to the front right-hand side and also to the front left-hand side, and we're going to see two of the best sporting bars in Belfast. It doesn't matter what sport you're interested in. It could be football, Gaelic football, golf, horse racing, whatever your sport happens to be. These would be two of the best sporting bars to visit. Each bar's got about 10 or 12 big plasma TVs in them, so you can go in and watch whatever sport you might be interested in. Now, could I just ask if anyone is sitting on the open top section of the bus, please be aware of the overhanging branches of the trees. There's one here in particular. You can see the flag of the United Kingdom, the British Union flag. You can also see the flag of Northern Ireland, and you can also see some of the loyalist paramilitary flags for the UVF, the Ulster Volunteer Force, and the UDA, the Ulster Defence Association. Republic of Ireland. Look up that little street just in front of us there, and outside some of the houses you will see the black flags that are flying, and that is showing support for the provisional IRA. We'll see many of these paramilitary flags in just a few minutes. Now, the 10 men that died in the Maze prison back in 1981, you had Bobby Sands. Francis Shue case is still going on to this day to bring his killers to justice. For Bobby Sands. He was the first hunger striker to die. He was 27 years of age. He was 66 days on hunger strike. He was voted into County Tyrone and Fermanagh as an MP, though he never took his seat in Westminster. The Irish National Liberation Army that lost their lives during the Troubles. The next ones for the Spanish Civil War, 1936 to 1939. The next two are for the Third World. You've one there for Fidel Castro. The next two of these between the two communities, right up to the mountain that we can see directly in front of us. And this is where it all started. Coming up on the right-hand side, you've got 5 streets. You've got Cooper Street, Conway Street, Wethersfield Street, Kashmir Road, and Bombay Street. To the right-hand side, a garden of remembrance to remember the 5 people who lost their lives when the Biardo bar was blown up by the Provisional IRA on the 13th of August 1975. On the right-hand side, photographs of more atrocities. The one I find most disturbing, some of you might not want to look at this one, is the one in the middle of the Balmoral showrooms, bombed on the 11th of December 1971. 2 adults and 2 babies were killed. If you do decide to look at it, look very closely, and you'll see the ambulance driver is carrying one of the 2 dead babies. What you have to try and understand of our communities lost their lives at that roundabout. It was without any question.
Now remember guys, we use both companies with Titanic and also the city sightseeing, so our bus you can use 30 minutes after this one. So sit back and enjoy your journey with us. Now this street is called High Street, stop number 1. And High Street is where Belfast was born out of. Underneath the street there runs a river, one of several rivers through Belfast, but this river is called the Forsyth River. And the Forsyth River is where Belfast gets its name. And the old Gaelic language and Bel Firstian, Anglicides means mouth of the sandy ford. If you look at the right hand side of the church there called St George's Church dating back to 1816. There's been a church on that side for over a the government would use it. It was used for imports and exports here in the town of Belfast. If you look to your left hand side coming up, you'll see a large fish. It is called the salmon of knowledge. Each scale in the fish tells the history of Belfast, dating back to 1613, when it was given royal charter by James I to Arthur Chichester here. This is the Queen Bridge. It's actually the Queen Elizabeth Bridge. It was actually opened by the reigning monarch herself on the 4th of July 1966. And the Queen's Bridge is the great way that brings us to Queen's Island. And Queen's Island is where shipbuilding began here in Belfast. And the arena was built at a cost of £25 million. Home to the world famous Science Park W5. The Titanic's actually 4 of them there, you can see. Built at a cost in excess of £70 million.
Ito yung nomadic.
Now, sad to say, Titanic did sink on its maiden voyage on the 15th of April 1912. Over 1,512 people perished that night in the cold North Atlantic Ocean. Your left-hand side is now the Titanic Hotel. This was once the drawing rooms. Right-hand side coming up, you'll see Queen Street. Again, part of the legacy of Queen Victoria. There, the great Gothic building you will see is the Presbyterian Assembly Hall. Began life here in the town in 1905. Opened by the Duke of Argyll for the Presbyterians here in Ireland. Now, our next stop, guys, is also the stop for the Grand Opera House, Eisenhower. Churchill also attended the Opera House before D-Day. Right-hand side, the Europa Hotel. That was the most bombed hotel in Europe, bombed 35 times during the Troubles.
We're here in Victoria Square. So sasama namin mag-shopping si Christian. Si Christian. Shopping center ng... Wow! Ang ganda, no? Oh, nice. Ang ganda ng mall nila. Yes, hi. Oh, Ted Baker. Oh, sale. Kaso nga lang parang Michael Kors. Kakain na muna kami. Kain kami dun. Doon sa Benedict's. Picture tayo. Pwede ba magpa-picture? Chas, mamaya na lang. Video. Oh my gosh. Oo nga, no? Okay. Yes. Budol. Taray! Yes! So. Dinner time.
Magandang may nililinis.
Yes. Wow.
Akala ko pasok pa tayo.
So, we're done eating. We're going home. I mean, we're going back to our hotel. Kung saan kami nag-stay. That's it, guys. That's the end of our first day tour here in Belfast. So tomorrow, we'll go to Game of Thrones. For now, tutulog na muna kami. And we need an energy for tomorrow. See you guys on my for the next day ng vlog. And God bless!